Hey guys, it's Michael from Fire and Brilliance. Today we will be going over a subject that I think a lot of people should actually know about, only because DIY nowadays is very big, but there are certain things that I wouldn't recommend doing, especially if it's a high price item. And the subject I'm going over today is how to clean your bling or jewelry, and 5 reasons as to why you should not do it yourself. Well, number 1, there's so many different products online nowadays that, it's basically a very low price, inexpensive. They can buy online, it'll be shipped to you the next day. And these products are stating that it will basically be able to clean your jewelry. It doesn't necessarily mean that's not true. Just make sure you do your research, because I'll tell you a story, okay? I actually have a good friend that I sold some jewelry to, actually an engagement ring. He spent quite a bit of money on it. It was a diamond ring made of platinum and all those type of things. He ends up texting me approximately less than a month later stating, if it's a platinum ring, should it be turning yellow? The answer is no, okay? It should definitely not be turning yellow. I have no clue what happened there. Platinum rings should not turn yellow, so I had to ask him a couple of follow-up questions to see if there was something that he might have possibly done. And he finally came clean and said that he bought one of these do-it-yourself type of packages. Basically, what was shipped to him was some kind of chemical where he actually put the ring into, thinking that was going to actually clean the ring. What ended up happening was that it was extremely corrosive. It started eating through the metal, and then it made it yellow, it damaged it, and guess what? He had to replace it, which was very, very pricey. So something that he thought that he could have actually saved some money by doing it at home, it ended up costing him a lot more. The chemicals that are apparent in these do-it-yourself types of at-home kits may be very corrosive to your piece of jewelry, so definitely read the box, read more about it, read some reviews, and make sure that if you are going to do it, you're doing your research, okay? Otherwise, take it to a professional. Now, number 2, loosens stones. Now, if you've ever taken a piece of jewelry to a professional, or if you read anything online about an ultrasonic cleaner, yes, it definitely works, but guess what? What an ultrasonic cleaner ultimately is that it sends sound waves through liquids, okay, so that it can shake up your jewelry a bit, so that any kind of dust, dirt particles, and those type of things will be removed from your jewelry. But what also happens is that it may also shake up the stones, the accent diamonds, the accent gems, the center stone in the piece of jewelry. Therefore, when you do take it to a professional jeweler, typically what they'll do after they've cleaned your jewelry in an ultrasonic cleaner is that they'll make sure that these stones are still intact, and if it's not, or if it's loose, then they'll tighten it, right? As opposed to doing it yourself at home. A lot of people and stories that we've encountered in the past is that they'll own one at home, and guess what? They're throwing it in there every single day, right? You don't want to do this every day. This is something that you want to do once a year or twice a year. If you do this every single day, most likely it'll loosen your stones, and you'll probably have a bunch of lost accent gems, all right? Point number 3, the changes to the metal color. This also ties to point number 1. A lot of these do-it-yourself at-home kits will have a lot of different chemicals, different types of chemicals that should not be used for jewelry. I just don't know why it's even being sold, but again, do your research, because if you put into these types of solutions, it may change the metal color. And if the metal color changes, guess what? Most likely it's very corrosive, and it's not going to look the same. It's going to be very difficult to ever bring it back to the original condition. Most likely, a lot of times, you'll have to get it replaced. Now, number 4, the proper knowledge of using equipment or caring for your jewelry. For the most part, if you're going to do something at home, what I would recommend, and what most jewelers would recommend, unless you've been educated with the right type of knowledge, is just to use a soft bristled toothbrush with some warm water, with some light soap, okay? And just clean it very lightly if you want to do it at home. Now, it's always recommended to take it to a professional jeweler once or twice a year if you want it to get professionally cleaned. Okay, but if you're going to do it at home and to use the proper equipment and those type of things, you definitely need the right knowledge. Otherwise, you may not be able to clean it the way you want it to be cleaned. Okay, and which ties into the last point, which is to trust a professional. If you are to go to a professional jeweler locally, just make sure that they've been in business for some time. Make sure that the person in the back, the goldsmith, the jeweler, the person that's servicing the jewelry, has been doing it for 5, 10, 20 plus years. They know how to handle jewelry. They know how to handle this type of equipment. They've been educated in it, they've been experienced in it, they know how to handle different types of metals, different types of purities, platinum, gold, silver, whatnot, and they know how to actually tighten these stones, okay? That's the reason why they're a professional. So just to quickly wrap it up, this is a quick video just to kind of give you an idea of why you shouldn't do it yourself. You know, again, I'm not basically telling you to not do anything yourself, but when it comes to high-priced items, I highly recommend to take it to a professional jeweler, only because there are so many products right now that unless you do a lot of research and really dig into it and read the feedbacks and know for sure that it works, you can really damage a really high-priced piece of jewelry to do it yourself when you really shouldn't, okay? And this is the type of analogy that I tell my customers all the time. You know, should my car break down, I guess I can also try to fix the engine, but since I'm not a mechanic, the best thing for me to actually do is probably to take it to a mechanic or take it back to the dealership for them to take a look at it. So with that said, I hope I left you guys with some value there. You know, thanks again for tuning in, guys. You know, our goal this year is to definitely reach 100 subs. I apologize. We've passed 100 subs to reach 1,000 subs. We're already approaching 900. So thank you so much from the Fire and Brilliance family. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks and goodbye.